Yo, good morning, people. I hope everybody's fine and blessed. I woke up nice and early on a Sunday morning, just checking out some content, and something's come across my way you need to look at. Now, I'm a man that spoke on a lot of things. My content don't stay up long enough for people to actually see it because I get flagged all the time. But I'm going to show you some things I spoke about. But I won't explain. I'll explain as I show them. But this first one right now is like underground cities that they've buried. I want to say one thing before I press play and show you. I think, right, I'm just going to throw this out there like I'm shooting for a 3-pointer right now. It don't look like it's going to go in, but it might do. I think, right, because we've heard stories in different countries where the government have come in and have actually buried cities under sea and stuff like that for reasons like racial or whatever to destroy community. So I think a long time ago, these settlers came into place from somewhere, right? I won't mention where from because I'm gonna have to teach you that part of the knowledge too. But they came with a plan to rule, conquer, and reset. Reset, hence in burying things, blowing things up, stuff like that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so anyway, let me just get into this now and show you this. I'm going to be skipping through because I don't want to show you everything on here, even though there's a lot of things to show. But I'm just going to keep to the topic. All right.
Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you're a crew here, thanks so much for the subscribe. And before we start, understand we're all dealing with these aliens. Just remember, somebody out there could care less. How does that fit? That's what she said.
That's not funny.
No, she just said it.
What happened? Why is it covered in mud? What are they trying to hide? And exactly what is going on with this? Like, it looks like a brick building, but then whenever the bricks start falling off, it's a whole nother building. It looks like maybe a courthouse. How did they hide that on the inside, though? This is just crazy. When they laid the foundation for the store, they didn't realize there was a whole nother building up under there. I'm so perplexed with this. Like, how is there so much of the building under the ground, but they don't even know it? Like, how do you go inside of a building that has this much underground and not know there's more to the building underneath? And perhaps the most astonishing one of all is the White House. What's going on under there? Why are all these buildings covered in mud? This too, look at these columns. Erosion has made these be known. So what is going on? What are they trying to hide? Someone digging somewhere in Italy found this in their backyard. This is crazy. My question though really is, where are the people? Where are the people who built these structures? Why have we never heard about this?
Well, I would say those people have been wiped out and their history, their memory, their legacy, all that stuff, just like they did with slavery. Now, I'm not saying they were black people, nothing like that. I'm just showing you something. Just like the wiped out the blacks that was enslaved, my ancestors and whatever like that, to a point where we've forgotten where we're from kind of thing, and they do a good job of not telling us in history. They kept us at the history books, right? We learn about Romans and stuff rather than blacks. You know what I'm trying to say? So everything's put in place for a reason. Everything's put in place for a reason.
What happened to them? Why were these stories not passed down from generation to generation? I just don't get it because it makes no sense. How all these structures can be buried underground. No one knows about them. There's nobody that has been told this from their grandparents, great-grandparents, or anyone.
It's like the big cover up in it, and they refuse to tell us. So listen, with everything that you see going on in the world today, I need people to start waking up and start pointing the fingers in the right direction and asking real questions. The problem with that is, though, y'all are scared. And I understand privilege is a big thing. I mean, we don't even get privileged black people. So I understand why you don't want to mess that up. You know what I'm saying? Must be a good thing though, isn't it? Like,
It's like, whoa, we found these buildings. What the hell? Where's the history on these buildings? Where'd they come from? Who built them? Where's the people that built them? What's the story?
Yeah, that is strange.
This is the hustle of a lot of women. Do you know about the pitcher from he used to pitch for Los Angeles Dodgers, Trevor Bauer? Do you?
this is another story I wish I could show you now, but it's a bit long. A woman accused the pitcher of beating her up, like kind of a rape thing, and she made it all up. It was all lies. They got it all on video. That's the difference. I won't get into that now because it's not the subject. So let's skip past all this. See, that's her lying in bed right there next to the guy. But she made it, and that same day she made the accusation saying that he was strangling her and all that stuff. But if I play the clip here, you will see him lying next to her, sleeping. She puts the camera on him and she's smiling, but then makes allegations to say he done this and that. And that woman's interrogating her. Anyway, let's carry on. I'm sorry about that. Should have just showed it. Okay, let's go from here.
You ready? One.
Have a woman at home cooking for you? Your girl know how to make pot roast? She be making beef ribs for you, babe? Do she?
Animals in society.
When I see a guy that I like, I actually got some new that I've been trying. I'll come up and I'm like, excuse me, you got somebody to cook for you? And they be like,
Yeah,
what?
that's crazy.
Just like that. I'm gonna tell you what, you can have as many bad as you want to, but how many of them cooking for you? Fellas, actually.
She's right. She's right. Do you know how many women in today's society, in today's age and whatever, can't cook? Don't know how to like run a household properly. Nah, it's not even that they don't know. They know, but they choose not to because you know, society, the system, the rules are put in place. Everything that we are living in today has been given to you for a reason. You need to understand that, ladies and gentlemen. No, I don't think you'll never be able to phantom it. That's why y'all are the cattle, the sheep. You know, when you hear about the stories about zombies and stuff like that, brain dead, not paying attention, like you jump up at the things that they throw at you. All these new inventions make it seem cute and nice and shit, but there's a reason for it. Like, you know, there's a reason for it. There's a bigger plan. This is like with all these robot things, which we're going to get into in a minute. And also for all the people that have heard me speak about Judgment Day, Skynet, how that stuff's real. That's the only thing that has ever really made sense to me growing up, watching Terminator, saying to myself, this shit can happen. This actually can happen. And look where we are today. But we're going to get to that in a minute because I got some content to show you.
Yourselves right now. Do you have a woman at home cooking for you? Your girl know how to make pot roast? She be making beef ribs for you, babe? Do she even put turkey legs in her collard greens? They make homemade cornbread from scratch?
Oh, snap.
I ain't talking about that Jiffy box from scratch. She know how to make baked mac and cheese with the crusty top the way you like? Do she?
Do she? Do she? I'm asking y'all all the question. Hey, RE, can you cook these things? Huh? You've had the investment of ravioli or Crisco? Can you? AG? Can you?
Guess who do? What's up?
She ain't saying nothing about no vegetables, no salads. This bitch is trying to give niggas diabetes.
The Predator in Peru. Y'all have seen that, right?
She ain't saying nothing about no vegetables, no salads. This bitch is trying to give niggas diabetes.
I found a fucking snake. A snake that has a tail that looks like a fake spider.
This is proof about nature evolving all the time and in a beautiful way for its survival. I want to ask you a question. We are all part of this planet, right? Have you noticed that humans don't evolve? Have you noticed that humans don't evolve. Oh, unless you're gonna say we do evolve, but it takes centuries. First man was an ape, then they went from an ape to a gorilla, then they went from a gorilla to losing their feathers, and then they went to a man or whatever the hell, their hair. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? You're gonna give me that story, aren't you? Aren't you? Huh? You really don't get it. You really don't get it. Let me say this to you. What are they doing to us in society today? Are they poisoning us with medication, even to our foods? You know what I'm saying? Like messing with our diets and stuff like that. You know, everything. You know, the chemtrails, all these other stuff, right? Vaccines, vaccinations, all this stuff. So man is making sure that we don't evolve. Do you get it? They're poisoning us so we can't turn into anything greater. We can't focus on our strength and move forward kind of thing and naturally evolve when they're poisoning us, they're putting stuff inside us, damaging us, giving us cancers and all these other stuffs. Right? Do you understand it? I hope you do. Because let me tell you one thing. As a man that suffers with sickle cell, in fact, y'all need to do your history and find out where his sickle cell came from. Find out what settlers came to what country and infected people with diseases in hope that they will all die. You know what I'm trying to say? But a lot did die and some evolved. Must be the melanin in our skin. And we evolved into sickle cell. The apox that was once brought to this country, to a country, and infected a lot of people. People evolved after so long, and sickle cell came out of it. Hello. That's another story. I could get mad right now and say some stuff, but that's another story.
Have you seen that thing?
I know what they are, yeah.
It's
Incredible.
It looks like a spider.
Right.
And it tricks birds into coming down and try to snatch the spider. Here we go.
That's you going in thinking you dealing with a regular woman. Soon as you get to her, hey, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink? Gotcha.
Spider-tailed viper. Like, look at its tail. That is crazy. I mean, I'm looking at that in a video, and it looks like a bug.
Right.
And so this thing moves its tail, and it perfectly blends into the rock around it. Like, look at that.
Whoa.
I mean, that amount of camouflage and adaptation, like, how does that happen?
Scientists, they know, but they like, shh.
Of course they know, but no. They can't, they don't know. They don't know. They can't explain why some fishes give off electric, why some blah, blah, blah. They don't know. That's a power given to the structure of this planet and the energy that came along with it. That's a fact. Do you understand? That's why they're trying to study these fishes and stuff and take the power from them and inject it into humans, right? You understand? But let me tell you something. You know, when you see things like X-Men, stuff like that, that's stuff how it evolves. That's how things evolve eventually. Like, not saying that we're all gonna get powers and stuff like that, but I'm saying, yeah, when it comes to, if people are struggling at a certain thing, right, they automatically eventually will upgrade, evolve, eventually to see the situation. Like if the world was cold all the time, every country, we would evolve. I reckon we would have more, like, people would have like hairy skin. You know what I'm trying to say? More hairy, like we'd be more, you know what I'm trying to say? To suit the weather. We eventually would get like that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, facts, man. And scientists know this too. I'm just not well verbed in explaining.
I don't know, sorry. The data's inconclusive. Nigga, no it ain't.
It's like, incredible. Look at this. It's boom. Oof. Oh, gotcha, bitch.
Dunzo.
And the bird's like, what was that almost got me?
Yeah, it's insane.
What an adaptation.
It's unbelievable. I mean, the fact that creatures can create that without, it's not like they're doing it knowingly.
Right.
Some handful of snakes at one time started waggling their tail and realizing that birds came in.
Yes.
Right. And then over generational time, this tail evolved little spikes and little.
You see? Did you hear what he just said? So my point stands. That's nature. You get me? Just listen, I know, it's hard to prove, but I just know maybe it's a gift from God. Maybe it's a gift from the planet, the energy. But I know, we're supposed to evolve. That's how we grow. You understand? Change. You get me? We adapt. But they're putting things out there for that to stop. Like, they don't want us to become more smarter than them and run the planet. They don't want any more world leaders unless they create them. They fashion them. Their bloodline. Notice how certain countries that keep their own bloodline in office and stuff like that, right? Why is that? Yeah, I guess, but I'm just trying to say that it's a bloodline thing. I'm not talking about queens and kings and stuff, but I'm just saying bloodline. Now, who are these bloodline people? Are they even human after the stuff that we see today? Anyway, let's go.
Things, and all of a sudden you have this whole population of animals that look like that. Okay, so what you're looking at is approximately 250 miles in.
Now, remember us talking about buried cities and stuff like that? Check this out.
Land in the total barren desert of Mauritania, Africa. So that's all water erosion, Joe. Keep in mind, this structure is 30 miles
That's
across.
crazy. That looks like the bottom of the ocean, like if you see where the water breaks on the sand.
Yep. And I have
wow,
there's
that's
better
crazy.
pictures. And that, just to clarify, that white is salt, and that is because that's a lot of people don't know, Joe, that the Sahara Desert wasn't a thing until approximately 5,000 years ago. It's only in the last several years, and by the way, I'm quoting MIT research here, that the Sahara goes back and forth from green to desert approximately every 20,000 years. So you have to, when you see this, people have to imagine that this area was once green, and that because one of the arguments I make is that the fact that that salt is on top of that dirt, to me, is indicative that the ocean flowed over here far more recently than what people think.
How wide is this structure?
Okay, so
these concentric circles.
So the circles themselves is about 14.5 miles across. However, if you go the complete shebang, the whole circle itself is just shy of 30 miles.
So the whole thing is 30 miles, which would be like the size of a city.
Oh my, wow. So as I'm looking at this person is saying, yo, this is the case for this being Atlantis. See how it's a desert now? The stories say that this is what happened to Atlantis. So we don't know where Atlantis is. Maybe it's been looking at us right in our face.
Listen, Atlantis, Wakanda, and many other cities that we don't even know about, and some that we've heard about. I know the UK isn't really coming to this kind of information. Because it don't really involve them like that, but even though there's a few episodes that's happened in the UK over time, but trust me, around the world, a lot of cases of this, and definitely in America as well.
House is gone. Road gone. Wow.
During the 18-month trial, Gates gave hours of videotaped testimony.
What were the non-Microsoft browsers?
All right, so over to Microsoft. Now, I'm going to say this one more time, even though I don't know if we can stop. I think it's too late to stop. They're making too much of a change, but that's, this is going to go bad for us, everybody. And I know I'm that guy no one knows and all that stuff. But just tell me, just look at me like this. I'm a fortune teller. Once cash money is gone out the door, we are all in trouble. They're going to make it in a way that we can all cope with it. Let me tell you how we cope with this, right? This is a new form of robbery. You understand? I need you to try and understand where I'm going. Can any of you are computer illiterate? Are you programmers? Do you know how to hack? That's a key thing, because now we're walking into an era of hacking. There's people that are good with computers and they can get into your stuff and just take your details and all that stuff. Now we're going into an era of hacking. Do you understand? No more someone trying to take your be a purse or your wallet or run up in your house kind of thing. Boom, boom, boom. Well, that could still possibly be a thing. But it's about hacking. Do you know how to hack to protect yourself? Do you know? Do you know how to hack back? Rehack? I don't know. Huh? Huh? It's because of this guy, right? Well, these groups of guys, right? Why? Our next manhunter, if I'm making sense, our distinction, that's what's going to take us out, like the dinosaurs was taken out, will be AI. Why? Because we made it, we programmed it, we have a bad nature. The AI will understand the bad nature, but then again, the AI is that smart, it's going to know that bad nature is no good for the planet and then remove us first. They will come to a conclusion like, well, it's the humans that are bad. You know what? Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. And I'm sorry to be scaring people, but facts. We're talking about technology that is 1,000 times smarter than us in every like minute, 5 minutes maybe. You understand? But you probably can't phantom this, but yeah, we will see. You know, we're about to meet our destruction. That's what's going to happen.
That you were concerned about in January of 1996.
That month.
Yes, sir.
And what about it?
What non-Microsoft browsers were you concerned about in January of 1996?
I don't know what you mean concerned.
Dodging questions, playing game. These smart people that make these chips and gadgets and blah, blah, blah. And now we don't even know what concern means. You don't know. It looks playing games. Listen, something was made a long time ago. Did you hear about that? What's that guy's name? That other guy, that millionaire guy that does the computer stuff. I forgot his name, but he called out that they had to shut something down because it was smart. He was getting smart too fast. Keep paying attention. I'm going to shut up now because I'm doing too much talking. But I've got to make sure I don't get flagged by these people because this is some good and real content.
What is it about the word concerned that you don't understand?
I'm not sure what you mean by it.
The Justice Department has charged Microsoft with engaging in anti-competitive and exclusionary practices designed to maintain its monopoly in personal computer operating systems.
Like I'm saying, because of these groups of people right here, that's going to be mankind's downfall. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to believe. You're thinking it's a movie. Joke's on you. The movie was telling us the future. Not just this movie, many movies. They've been telling us. Listen, all right, then before I carry on, let me mention something. Simpsons. Do you know why the Simpsons premeditate stuff to us or predicts or whatever the word is? Do you know? Because they have to show us what they're going to do before they do the act. You don't know this about law, do you? So some of y'all need to go and do your research. Listen, they have to tell us what they're going to do before they do it. Why do you think you see all these mad clips on The Simpsons and then later on, like 9/11 and all these other things, it happens like 7 years down the line? And you notice, they've already got certain technology in place and they're telling you what they're going to do with it later on. But that's just the technology, and there's so many other different factors of that. Seeing people die, right? The basketball player that was in the helicopter with his family, he was on Simpsons before he died, right? They have to tell you, by law, they have to. You know what, right? If they said we're going to war tomorrow, if they're planning to go to war tomorrow and put it in one newspaper, that information, just in one newspaper, it's legal. Because they put it out there. Whether you've seen it or not is different. But it's legal because they put it out there. They have to warn the public first. Anyway, let's go. And they've done that many times, by the way. They've just like, it's like Certain people die and they put it in a local newspaper. So we don't even get to hear it most of the time or hear about what's going on. But they've put it in the paper, so they've put it out there. Sometimes they put it in like a street corner paper. So like one street hears about it. You know what I'm trying to say? Because they don't want people to hear about it is my point. But the thing is, they've got to put it out there, right? There's so much twists and turns to this stuff that you don't understand. Yo, just do the right thing, man.
What's up, Michelle?
Get out of my classroom.
Okay. What's up, Brandon?
Call me by my first name. Give me the dang phone.
What's up, Chad?
Stop.
What's up, Bruce? Excuse me? What's up, Jamie?
Stop it. Get out.
What's up, Justin? What? What's up, George?
What's going on?
What's up, Jared?
What?
What's up, Oscar?
Get that camera out of my face.
What's up, Carrie?
Have you lost your ever loved mind?
No.
Good morning, Desiree.
How are you?
What's up, Connie?
Be quick without running.
What?
What's up, Mickey?
Boy.
What's up, Eliza?
One, say it right. Two, we'll talk after you graduate.
The undercover operation in Fort St. Georgia is over, and the last of the suspects caught in our sting are appearing before a local judge. How come all of the dateable women are like, stop it, get out of here. We'll talk after graduation.
Right. I was thinking that. She gave me a little smile like, yo, I was thinking, God, shabba dabba ding dong, he's lucky. Anyway, carry on.
What the? This bitch is bipolar.
Nah, she's sick in the head, man. So she was faking crying, winked at the screen basically, and then fake crying like, God. Certain women you just gotta stay away from, man. Like for real. Like my ex. Let's carry on.
Girls are ouchy. Girls are crazy.
Animals into a computer, which they did a monkey, 2045.com. Look it up. So the monkey's in the computer, his mind is, but the body's...
Listen to this. Okay. Do you remember seeing films like, I don't know, I can't even think, where the mind shift, take your mind out of your body and put it into a robot, so you live forever in a robot? You remember even cartoons speaking about that growing up? You see, even these things used to stick into my mind, as a kid, because it's possible. And I even figured that out as a kid. And now look where we are today. Look where we are today, they're doing this. So the queen could be alive, just in a robot body. All these important thingy bobs, they could all be alive. But how is that, Seven? How? Their bodies are dead now and the brains and stuff. Well, let's just keep listening, shall we?
Then by 2010 or 2012, they were supposed to have been able to transfer a human consciousness into a robot. They've already done that. And the United States as well. DARPA has a project called the Avatar Project. In an Avatar Project, they have a symbiotic link from a soldier underneath a mountain somewhere, like in a bunker, connected to a field robot. And it controls it through a mind connection. If the robot is destroyed, of course, the soldier doesn't die. And the only thing that stopped us from transferring consciousness from one brain to another was data storage. Now we have that solved because Microsoft just came up with the first DNA hard drive. That hard drive can store over 433 petabytes of data. That's on 1 gram of DNA. It's a drop of DNA.
How to confuse your friends.
So all they need is a drop of your DNA, a little drop, and they can keep you alive forever. Now don't get happy, people. Don't think you're going to get that treatment. Hell no. That treatment's going to go to certain bloodlines. That treatment's going to go to the rich and powerful. That treatment's going to go to those guys, especially when they decide to want to end life on here and restart it again. But then again, they'll be part of the problem too, because they ain't going to last. But the thing is, right, it's not even about them planning to do that. AI will automatically do that itself. Once you create something, there's no stopping it. Once you create something, you see, when people think about these things and creation of a robot and stuff, y'all are probably thinking, right, we can just go and pull the plug. You just go and, you know, stop its battery source. No, you can't. It will create its own. It will create its own. You know, they could Wi-Fi the power to each other. All it needs is one main source, but we still got more to show. Let's carry on.
This winter. This is a self-heating jacket. You'll be extremely warm and comfy while they all get the shivers.
Did you hear what he just said? It'll be extremely warm and comfy while they all get the shivers. Let me ask you a question before we carry on. Does that remind you of a movie you might have seen before? Clothes that can maybe heat you up a little. Any guesses, any ideas before I press play? Any movies with like coat that can keep you warm? Anyway, let's keep going. Powers by any power bank and doubles as a phone charger wherever you go this winter. It has 3 heating modes ranging from hot, medium, and light. Hot being red, medium being white, and light being blue. Looks just like a North Face without the hefty price tag and matches any outfit you throw at it. Extremely flexible and durable too, so you can be confident in yourself when you run up on your ops this winter. Oh. It seems like a good idea, innit? Maybe if it's a bit longer, but it does seem like a good idea. And it's also safe for machine washing. I don't know that a jacket that heats up is necessarily creepy.
Drying mode on. Got him! Your executive now dry.
Oh, he got me. Now that is creepy.
Ladies and gentlemen, how old is the movie? Back to the Future? Wasn't that made in the 90s, 80s? Another movie. Now, how many movies have you seen? Can you reference what's going on in life today that you can actually remember? It's funny how all these movies are coming to life, isn't it? Or did they have the technology already? But like I'm saying, they leave it sitting down for a long time because in their mind, humans ain't ready. That's right. They make all the decisions for us. Just like when you walk into a shop and everything's out there and you think you got the choice of the whatever, you know, whatever's all in. No, the choice has been made for you. You can go to another store and a shop and you'll find some of them options are not in the same one. In the same one you just left. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Are you understanding what I'm showing you?
That they're showing us in movies. Hey, wouldn't it be great if we had this? I bet it's a hoverboard out there already.
Have you all not realized yet that this?
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. 7. Calm down. Breathe. Because this is the part what made me stop watching this and made me start recording the video. Now look at this. Starlink. Design around it makes you think of technology. You know. What does that look like to you? I remember I was calling that, like, I just mentioned it, Terminator, you know, Skynet. Let me just keep playing, because I don't know what to say right now.
I wasn't looking for anything serious, but once I came across...
This?
Got me. Now that is creepy that they're showing us in movies. Hey, wouldn't it be great if we had this? I bet it's a hoverboard out there already.
Have you all not realized yet that this?
He just said, I bet there's a hoverboard out there already. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Go and look it up on the internet. Go look. Go to YouTube and pull out hoverboard and you see they've made one. Carry on though.
is really just this.
Jesus Christ, I hope that's not true. I did just now realize these two things are alike.
Hidden plain sight in our faces. They've been telling us. If in that case, I must be the only one that's ever known. And I can't clarify that, but I must be the only one out of us normal guys that's always known. Thank you, God, for the gift. But it's a shame people are too hard-headed to listen and understand, and scared, fear to do anything about it.
How did Skynet come into being, according to the movie script?
I need to know how Skynet gets built. Who's responsible?
The man most directly responsible is Miles Bennett Dyson.
Who is that?
He's the director of special projects at Cyberdyne Systems Corporation.
Why him?
In a few months, he creates a revolutionary type of microprocessor.
Go on. Then what?
In 3 years, Cyberdyne will become the largest supplier of military computer systems. All stealth bombers are upgraded with Cyberdyne computers, becoming fully unmanned. Afterwards, they fly with a perfect operational record. The Skynet funding bill is passed. The system goes online on August 4th, 1997. Human decisions are removed from strategic defense. Skynet begins to learn at a geometric rate. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th. In a panic, they try to pull the plug.
Skynet fights back.
Yes, it launches its missiles against the targets in Russia.
Why attack Russia? Definitely.
Because Skynet knows that the Russian counterattack will eliminate its enemies over here.
I wonder if Elon has anything to say about that.
It's like, well, how did Cyberdyne...
That's the guy I was trying to think of. Him. And that is why he pulled his plug. Listen, we all said to him, no, this is a bad idea. We all did. Well, not all of us. Obviously, some of y'all are sheep and sleeping. But we all did. You understand? We all said that it's a bad idea. And they carried on with it. Then they carried on for a few months. Then turned around and said, we're putting the plug because, this, that, and the other, boom, boom, boom. Because they don't, it's bad news. It's bad. It's learning too fast. This is what they said. Now, I want to ask this question. Did they pull the plug in time? Has the machine stopped? Because I heard it's still carrying on. So, what's going on? Did they pull the plug in time? Or is it still carrying on? Because if it's still carrying on, then eventually this will still happen. Or if they pulled it in time, then all this technology should stop shit, right? But that's too much money they're going to lose out for. Remember, all this is for warfare gadgets. Introducing all this new technology brings in new warfare, man.
systems develop. It's like, well, they were multi...
Because Skynet knows that the Russian counterattack will eliminate its enemies over here.
I wonder if Elon has anything to say about that.
It's like, well, how did Cyberdyne Systems develop? It's like, well, they were a military contractor, and they were asked to develop a protective system, something that would protect it, for cybersecurity. You know, so we need to have protection against cyber attacks. So its primary thing is to defend against cyber attacks.
Right, it's going to defend against itself, right? It's going to defend against itself. No, you see? And these people are supposed to be the smartest people on the planet. They're supposed to be, right? These people right here, do you understand? You know what else is like the smartest of people are supposed to be like, you know, why they're so smart? If you notice, the smartest people on the planet are the ones that actually cause death. They come up with these creations that cause death. Like facts, like when you actually think about it, I think it's more dangerous to be smart than anything else. I think it is if you actually think about it. Get me? Normal way of living, people waking up, going to work, stuff like that. All out the window, like he was just saying, the Terminator was just saying, planes and stuff was flying on their own. They didn't need man no more. Let me back it up one more time. I'm sorry for dragging certain things out, people. I'm sorry. We have to listen to what Arnie says again. We have to, because There's probably truth what he's saying. The guy's name probably is that designed it, you know.
Why him?
In a few months, he creates a revolutionary type of microprocessor.
Go on. Then what?
In 3 years, Cyberdyne will become the largest supplier of military computer systems. All stealth bombers are upgraded with Cyberdyne computers, becoming fully unmanned. Afterwards, they fly with a perfect operational...
You see? The bombers and the planes, fully unmanned. That means robots are driving that, flying it.
record. The Skynet funding bill is passed. The system goes online on August 4th, 1997. Human decisions are removed from strategic defense. Skynet begins to learn at a geometric rate. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th. In a panic, they try to pull the plug.
Skynet fights back.
Yes, it launches its missiles against the targets in Russia.
Why attack Russia? They're friendly.
Because Skynet knows that the Russian counterattack will eliminate its enemies over here.
I wonder if Elon has anything to say about that.
It's like, well, how did Cyberdyne Systems develop? It's like, well, they were a military contractor, and they were asked to develop a protective system, something that would protect it, for cybersecurity. You know, so we need to have protection against cyber attacks. So its primary thing is to defend against cyber attacks.
And what's that got to do with us? Remember when they came out with all this stuff, all this AI and all this stuff, like getting rid of money and stuff? We said no, and then we was asking the question, why? Who's allowing this new technology to come through the door? And it was like, we can't stop it. Yes, we can stop it. If you can stop certain films to be watched, then of course you can stop. If you can stop, listen, stop playing games with me. Stop playing games with me about it can't be stopped. Of course it can be stopped. What do you mean it can't be stopped? You know, there's so many problems with this world. Old heads, old brains, old mind thinking people. You know, oh God. You know what? Let me woo sound. Just keep playing, because the more I think and talk about this world, it's just more disgusting. Who are the people that are running this stuff really? I could do a better job on my own. I really could. I could balance the playing field like properly. And I'm not talking about the whole world doing the same chat dance. No, I'm just talking about, like, get me, like, fixing stuff, man. I see the problems and it's crazy. And I see, let me just keep playing, because it's crazy out here, for real.
Develop an AI that can defend against cyber attacks. Sounds pretty reasonable. And then, as part of what the AI did is it in order to defend itself, it propagated throughout the world to keep an eye on things, see what was going on. And then they thought, well, hang on, there's something. They didn't realize that it was Cyberdyne, that it was Skynet that was propagating through all these systems. And they said, okay.
He realized it was Skynet. Skynet. What's he talking about Skynet for? Skynet's the movie. Skynet's the movie, not what this thing's called. See, now he's saying basically, because he mentioned Skynet, because there's nothing in their company called Skynet, unless I've missed something. Skynet's the Terminator, but now he's referring to the movie now, so he knows there's a problem. He knows there's a problem. Where I've all got it wrong. What was the name of the sign that we showed at the beginning, and then it showed the T2 sign? Was it called Skynet? It wasn't called Skynet, was it? Anyway,
there seems to be something propagating through all these systems. Skynet, you need to stop it. You need to end it. And Skynet said, "Oh, you've asked me to destroy myself. You are the enemy. You must be destroyed." That's how Terminator actually goes. Oh, he's talking about that movie. There's me talking about. I thought he was talking about his system. Of course we know what the Terminator movie goes. It was created as a defense system to defend against cyber attacks. Then it was asked to destroy itself, and then it concluded humanity was the enemy.
Now, we know how much the powers that be love to destroy our history. and they love to get rid of certain artifacts, the kind of things that lead us to new information and show us what's taken place in our past that they don't want us to know about. So my question is, how many times has this happened? Has AI taken over before?
I wouldn't say AI as such because or maybe another form. Nah, I wouldn't say AI because we would have information about that. I think. Okay, I'm gonna throw something out there. I think there's a form of you. All right, have you heard about these shapeshifters people, whatever they're called? I forgot the name of them. Forgot the name of these things. Hot squatchers, hot swatchers, or some stuff, something like that, and they can shapeshift. Maybe it's something of that kind of DNA. These people are the ones ruling. We gotta actually think like these people that are doing these things are not looking out for mankind's health. They're doing everything to kill us. Everything. You understand? So, and we hear about a lot of demonic things going on this planet, especially to children, what they're doing, sacrificing children and stuff like that, to a point where they got children preyed on these days by certain groups. You know what I'm trying to say? And these people just get like the approval to do it. And we all see it's wrong. It goes against society. It goes against the rule and guidelines of mankind, nature. You understand? But people are opting into it. So I'm just saying there's definitely a disease going around. They're infecting us with all these things. And now you got people agreeing to these ways of lives and stuff like that. There's definitely something wrong. You understand? And I don't think they're human, man. And now I'm not talking about a race of people. I'm not saying like white people or whatever. No, I'm not saying like that. I'm saying there's a selected bunch. There is, and maybe they are them hot squatchers or whatever the name is. I'll have to get the right name for that.
Has it ruined civilizations before? Interesting thoughts.
There's nothing to it.
No, because the man came through and buried civilizations and blown it up with bombs and planes and stuff. So no, I'm not going to agree to that. You know what I'm trying to say. AI destroying it. It wasn't AI. This is before the time of this planet having AI. You get me? This was another design that came across that's decided to use us as cattle from time to time. Anyway, I think I'm about done, you know. Let's see what this last one is.
About black magic. In any way, whatever. It is a fact. It is a fact which has existed for several thousand years.
Think about that. A lot of religions talk about black magic. Why?
It is basically the way.
Black magic is the first magic, right? And listen, black magic. Sorry. I thought they meant voodoo. So I'm gonna take that back. And rewind it and listen to it properly because it started off low.
Has AI taken over before? Has it ruined civilizations before? Interesting thoughts.
There's nothing fictitious about black magic. In any way, whatever. It is a fact. It is a fact which has existed for several thousand years.
Think about that. A lot of religions talk about black magic. Why?
It is basically the worship of the force of evil as embodied by Satan, Lucifer, the prince of darkness and their legions and so on. It does exist. It exists around us today. Satanic ceremonies will be happening in Britain tonight.
Very true. I can agree. And this is factual. This is a factual 100%. Black magic is very real. You know, or you want to call it dark magic. And that revives. Magic came from voodoo, right? Voodoo was neither good or bad. You understand? You could turn it from good or bad. You know, you can, you know. But when it comes to voodoo, there was voodoo specialists like doctors and stuff like that. Get me? But at the same time, you did have, you know, like the magical side of it. You understand? Now, voodoo started to turn to witchcraft and black magic when the Europeans was messing with it. Okay. And I'm on about on a big popular scale. Do you understand? To a point where I even remember them turning the tables a little bit. Back in the day, I was watching a film called Candyman. Was it Candy? Now I might be thinking about something else. Might not be Candyman. Might be another movie, right? But anyway, it just talks about voodoo in there, voodoo magic, and they made it seem bad, like voodoo this, voodoo that was bad, 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 bad. But then they will give you shows on things like witchcraft, dark magic, black magic, and they would show it in a fun sense. Like you had a show called Bewitched. She was a witch, right? She's a nice little cute little witch, and she had a little family and stuff, and she's just nice and thingy. But you had the other little movies out there what painted witches in a good nice light. You know what I'm trying to say? A lot of them, like I can't remember. There was this one show where there's 3 witches, I think, and 1 man. Witches of Eastwick, I think it was called. You get me? All fun and nice and bubbly, you know. You understand? Then you'd watch a thing called I'm trying to think of that. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to think of movies right now. But I mean, I just remember a lot over time. Yeah, watching a lot of movies and witches and black magic was kind of painted in a much lighter term, and black and you know, voodoo magic was made to look like evil and bad and stuff like that. But then you go on to research later on in life and you find out it's the opposite. We don't even have to find out. You can see, because at the same time, you did have your horror versions of these witches and these other things, like, you know. But that's what made me pay attention to the whole mess. Anyway, let's quickly finish this off, because I got things to do.
Very definitely. Ask any priest, ask any member of the forces of law and order, and they will tell you that Satanism as such, it's there, and it has been for thousands of years. This is part of the ritual and part of the belief of these people, that in order to make any kind of ceremony totally effective, it must be the exact diametrical opposite of the real ceremony.
Facts.
That is to say, if you make the sign of the cross, you do it like that, upside down. They have the same rank in the church.
I'm sorry, but facts. See, and that's proof that there is, okay, I don't think y'all ready for higher learning, so I'm not going to say certain things right now, but I'm going to say this. God and devil is real. You have to have an opposite, it's balance. It's like the code into life, man and woman, there's no in between. And I'm sorry if you're transsexual and all this stuff, but this is facts. Just look at life. Life teaches you this, you know. Life does. There is no in between. It's either a man or woman, 1 or 2, A or B, right arm or left arm, up or down, left or right. Do you understand? There's no middle when it comes to these things. There's no middle, because the middle is not a creation, or whatever the word I'm looking for is. There's no middle. There's no middle. If there's a middle, it ends at the middle. There's no creation from the middle. You need one side to come to the other side for creation to happen, and vice versa. If you're in the middle, where you going to? You're picking which way you want to go. That's all you're doing in the middle. You can't create. Do you understand? But anyway, listen. I don't know why I just broke that down. Let me just back it up 1 second and just get back to this point.
Exact diametrical opposite of the real ceremony. That is to say, if you make the sign of the cross, you do it like that, upside down. They have the same rank in the Church of Evil as they have in the good church.
Same rank. See what he's saying? Same rank, up and down. Do you understand? So if there's a God, there's a devil. Think about it. God, devil, like 1, 2, left, right, up, down, side. You get it? Please understand, this is the code of nature to life. This is the code. You can actually see this. When you look outside, you can see it. You ought to just stuck on the dumb teaching that they give you. Forget their teaching, because they've been like, you know, when I forgot, left their teaching alone, it was when I was seeing things wasn't right. Even when I was in school, from history, not learning about my people. You know, I was saying, yo, this ain't right. Like, and then after that, you just see more and more things happening. Do you understand? So, like, it's been a learning process for me, but a quick one. But I'm just trying to say to you, man, it's obvious the answers are straight in your face. Confusion is when you go asking everybody and everybody about it. Do your own research, man.
They do. They have ranks in the hierarchy of the priesthood, just as you have bishops and deacons and archbishops and cardinals and so on. You have various ranks and grades, like Magister Templi, the master of the temple, Ipsissimus, the sort of number one top man. And this is
facts. You got different levels, even clubs. The highest ones are the Lumi Latte, right? You know what I'm trying to say? There's levels to it. The levels you go through, you get paid more and stuff. You understand? But it depends how much on the devilish side you want to be on, or on the God side. They leave you alone. They just leave you alone. You didn't become cattle because they want devils over there. But depending how strong your arm is, whether they fuck with you or not, or they just leave you alone or not. But if you got a voice and you're bringing in crowds, then they're gonna come to you because they want you on the side. And if they can't have you, then they're gonna shut you down. It's how the devil works, and the devil owns all the energy on this planet right now. You get me? That's why people moan at God when somebody dies. They never call out God's name once, but then someone in their family dies or something happens, right? They blame God. Why God? God, but you don't believe him anyway. You're too trapped up in this devilish world, laughing at people's pain and stuff. You've been brainwashed. Once you disconnect from that, your mind, then you'll see God and hear him. Then he'll hear you back. He witnesses all our pain, but you understand, like, if you're fucking with the devil, but not really paying him no attention, and God no attention like that, then don't expect him to help out, man. And I'm talking about energy right now. Get me? God is neither man or female. You understand?
not just occult writing for the sake of writing. This is a fact, and people really believe in this. As a matter of fact, there is a church in Los Angeles called the Church of Satan, which is run by a man called Anton Sandor LaVey. That is all out in the open. But the real thing is something which I wouldn't be prepared to discuss. I have never attended a ceremony of this kind. I would not even begin to discuss what actually takes place during the Black Mass, because it is so appallingly fascinating and so repulsive and so unbelievably foul. Not just a question of hundreds of years of ritual, but what actually happens, what people actually do, what is done to the host, and what is done to the cup and so on. Something I wouldn't be prepared to discuss in public. By the way, with what I've been discussing.
I know what it entails. A lot of devilish, nasty acts. Blood sacrifices, stuff to kids and stuff, rape, all that stuff, man. But they don't want to talk about that. See, these stuff that they do in these groups, they glorify in the media and stuff like that, and people do them in their music videos, rap, all that stuff, movies, and people, and then the sheeps glorify it slowly but surely. They might hate on it in first, but the more they put it out in the media in a nice way, like, you know, they give it a good storyline, then people start feeling sorry for it and they accept it. People are easily brainwashed. I told people a long time ago, stop watching your favorite soaps, turn off your TV. I really did. Don't want to listen though, because they're brainwashed too far. There's so many things that are brainwashing people on this earth today. Everything from religions to everything. Those world leaders, the ones that have put all this brainwashing to position, you think they haven't got grips on religion and other things like that? Huh? Do you really think they don't control that? Huh? Y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy if you think that anything's on here is like. Listen, it starts with your mind first. You gotta wake up in your mind first. Then you can see reality. Then you'll see truth. Get me? You understand? And you might think I'm talking crap, but go ahead and check it out, innit? Why not? Go on. Be the first to tell me that I'm lying and prove that. To be the first to tell me that I'm wrong and prove that. I congratulate you. But you won't go and do this. This is why only a certain number of people stay woke. Real woke, not the trans version of woke, whatever it's called. The real version of woke. woke to the system, out of the matrix, and I don't know why the government gave them that word for and turned it into some blasphemy stuff. You understand? But anyway, get me? The real version of woke, when you really see what's going on, when people are took for fools, like it's straight cattle out here. We're talking about a zombie nation we're about to walk into soon. And let me just say that if you're getting calls about jabs from your doctors, please don't go. Please don't go. I don't care if they use what excuse they use on you, whether it's flu, pins and needles in the toe. Don't go. Now, old people, you're going to be the first to jump up out of fear. And I feel sorry for you if you do. Do you understand? Because when they want to turn on that zombie switch and all that gunk inside y'all is activated, looks like it's going to be modern warfare for real. All the real ones, man up and get your straps ready, because it's going to be zombie nation. You understand? For these people that are hard of hearing. And I'm going to say it again, mama's teaching, parent teaching. When you get sick, then you go to the doctors. When you get sicker, then you go to the hospital. Simple terms. Do not, and I repeat, do not jump up and run outside because you get a phone call saying come and have your free blah blah blah, because anything for free normally means deadly. So yeah, I think we're done for today. I hope you have a good day, people, and this knowledge has rested on your shoulders. I hope so. And we'll speak again soon. It's your boy 7 Deadly Sins, Demigod, and I'm out. Peace and love. Blessings.